Visibility is excellent. I can control the steering for both the rake and reach, and that is a very good thing for drivers of various heights.
The Duster comes with dual zone climate control, starting from the mid-spec variant.
Imagine I was sleeping and they were taking sharp turns left and right. Still, I didn't feel that. So the body was very less over here.
I get a decent amount of knee room.
You have the maps even in the speedometer console. Now, the original Duster was known to be a very comfortable and a spacious family SUV. One of the reasons for the popularity of the Duster way back then. However, move forward to 2026, the mid-size SUV space now has a lot of options for you for family usage. So the big question, is the new Duster still a comfortable and a spacious and a practical family workhorse? Well, for that, I have with me my team members. I'll be there for the review, along with me, Shipranshu, Pawan and Julian, and we will tell you our review, our opinion from a family perspective, from a friend's perspective, across both the rows and all the parameters that you want to know. Alright, inside the cabin of the Renault Duster. We drove this car a few months back in the cooler environments of Dehradun and the upper part of that region and had no complaints with the AC, and that is where I want to start my review of a multiple people point of view. You are with your family and your friends in Indian summer heat and the AC will disappoint. Been using the car for the last 1 week. We even ran a AC test temperature versus the Victoria, for example, inside the AC vent, and the results were shocking. So this is one area where Renault should work strongly to keep the AC better. At ideal temperatures under the shade of the tree, the cabin is still not cooling, and that is my first impression from the Duster. What about you?
Same as you, the AC is cutting off at idle. That's not very favorable in summer conditions, especially for peak summer condition in Delhi. The temperature is currently around 45 degrees and only the fan is working. The compressor is not kicking. So that will be a disappointment. And even with the smaller Renault, the Triber, we have done a multiple people review with the Triber. The AC was fabulous in that car.
Fantastic.
But being a flagship model for the brand, the AC is a disappointment inside the cabin, and that takes away everything, especially if you're coming out from your office or you are in jam in idle condition. The AC will definitely disappoint you. Overall, this was the first impression that disappointed me. Going forward, let's see how it works when the car is moving.
Just for your reference, from a multiple people point of view, I stand 6 feet tall. You are
5'10".
Behind him is Julian, who's around 5'9", and behind me is Pawan, who's around 5'8". So all of us will start giving you impressions when we start rolling in traffic conditions. We have the 1.3 turbo automatic for the review.
One more thing, we talked about the AC. The Duster comes with dual zone climate control, starting from the mid-spec variant. That's a up for the Duster, but the performance, let's see how it works on the move.
Let's belt up and move. Now, the Duster has always been known to provide you a very good suspension setup, which is a good balance between ride and handling. With a load of 4 people, it is not feeling too soft, it's not wallowing very easily. It remains flat and gives you a very good confidence from a driver's perspective. Undulations or broken tarmac or speed breakers, no worries even with a load of 4 people. This kind of confidence the car gives you in terms of dynamics or in terms of your driver feedback, driver behavior. Visibility is excellent. I can control the steering for both the rake and reach, and that is a very good thing for drivers of various heights. The entire dashboard area is low. Again, you're coming from a small car to the Duster, it will not intimidate you in traffic. We have good view of what's happening. You also have prominent bulges on the bonnet, will give you idea of the other car, how far the other car is. So the ride is nice and the visibility is excellent. These are some of the strong points. Does the cabin look funky enough?
I feel the treatment on the inside gives it a good look. The carbon fiber finish on the dashboard, even on the door pads, soft touch material, leather treatment with neon threading. It looks good, it looks funky. The infotainment screen is tilted towards the driver. It's more of a driver-centric cabin. All the controls are towards the driver. The cabin layout is neat. Everything remains in reach to the driver as well as for the co-driver. And the seat, I feel the seat is also comfortable. And a good part is the co-driver seat is also 6-way electrically adjustable. You can adjust it for height, recline and slide. So that's a good thing. And one plus here is the UV cut glasses that is available in the Duster if you are going for the top spec version. So that will help you in summer conditions. So overall cabin layout and cabin look is nice for the driver as well as for the co-driver.
The seats, by the way, are powered and they're ventilated, so top marks for the features. And the Duster is a wide car. You can make out our elbows are not even hitting each other, so you have ample space up front for two adults. You will have the spacious feel coming in. Before we get going further from the driver and co-driver point of view, let's talk to Pawan and Julian. What are their first thoughts inside the Duster?
So first thing first, as I'm seated back and the front AC is working, trying to work hard, but rear AC isn't working really good because we are in the car from past 10-15 minutes. Still we are feeling very hot over here because the AC is not that strong. Other than that, I am seated very comfortably. Being Shipranshu being 5'10", I am being 5'9", still I have a lot of leg room left over here. And even if I go into an ease of position, I still don't feel claustrophobic and I am very well seated over here. And the comfort level is very nice and that is top notch. What about you, Pawan?
So before talking about comfort, I would love to talk about the convenience in the Duster rear seat. So you get 2 cup holder right over here, some space to put your mobile phone, 2 AC vents, and just below that you get 2 AC type USB ports. And on my right side is the armrest and the window control that they are powered and door unlock function. So this is all about the convenience you get, and one thing, you get some space behind the seat as well. So this is all about the convenience you get. Now talking of comfort, so the seat is good. It gives you good cushioning, and the seat angle is slightly elevated at the front. At the front is sitting Bunny sir, and he is 6 feet tall and adjusts his seat accordingly. So after that I get a decent amount of knee room. My height is 5'8", and if you are 6 and plus, so you might get some trouble with your knee. However, you do get a good headroom. My height is 5'8", as I've mentioned, and I have enough headroom right over here. And one thing I forgot to mention, you get 3 separate adjustable headrests, so you can lie down very easily, very comfortably. So this is all about my experience with the Duster.
And one more thing, because as they have already mentioned that this car comes with UV cut glasses, so because of that, even the low powering AC is being equalized with this UV cut glasses.
Moving on with the Duster and the experience, first of all, in the audio you might hear a lot of wind noise or the AC noise because the fan speed is set to max right now. The turbo engine, how does it perform with a load of 4 people and the AC trying to work overtime? Well, in normal traffic conditions like we have right now, it is approximately 12 in the afternoon on the Gurgaon highway. Keeping up with the traffic is not an issue. The turbo does take time spooling up, not in the lower revs, but even then with the traffic, no issues at all. However, you want to get going, there is just a tiny lag in the response. However, beyond that, once the turbo is spooling, this can be a very fast car. All the torque comes in, all the power comes in. Of course, you do have the flexibility of using your paddle shifters right over here. No manual mode as such. From the gear lever, you can only be in the reverse, neutral or drive, or you can use paddle shifters, but you can't remain in manual mode for a longer duration. After a few seconds, you use the paddle shifters. After a few seconds, again, it will go into the auto mode. Fuel economy, well, out on open roads, this gearbox loves to shift up towards the 6th gear at around 70 kmph. So long distance, it is a very efficient mile muncher. But in traffic conditions is where a small capacity turbo has the negative side. We have seen figures of around 8.5 to 9 regularly in urban conditions. It's only when I come towards Gurugram and the gearbox starts going towards the 5th and 6th gear is when we see double digits. Otherwise, in pure traffic conditions, do not expect to see anything over 8 or 9 kmpl. That is a drawback with all turbo petrols. On the good part from a driver's perspective, in-built Google, you have the maps even in the speedometer console, and this console can show you a lot of information. You can configure the screens. This is a great strong point. I don't have to rely on the central screen for the navigation. Navigation will come in right over here. The screen as such, Shipranshu has told you, it is tilted towards the driver. The controls are physical, thankfully, again, sort of tilted towards the driver. So it is a driver's car in the way even the seats hug you. in the way the power comes in, all that is in place. Apart from, sorry, the AC should be better, please try harder.
My perspective on the go is the car is comfortable, the suspension is tuned very well for the Indian conditions, and you won't feel much of undulations inside the cabin even if the car is going on higher speeds, and at low speeds it becomes very soft on the surface. You won't feel any jerk on your back, the seats remain comfortable, the cushioning is nice, the fit and finish of the cabin is nice. Being Renault, we have seen cost cutting measures in other Renault cars but not in the Duster. Considering the number of features it offers, starting from the mid-spec variant, it's a very good car if someone is on a budget. But drawbacks are here, especially again mentioning about the AC. It comes with ventilated seats, but currently the seat ventilation is on at the 3rd speed setting, but I can't feel it much. I'm driving the Victoris from the past few days, and in the Victoris the performance of AC, the performance of seat ventilation is pretty good. I have to keep the fan speed at the lowest if I am driving the car alone, and that's a very good part because seems like Maruti understands air conditioning better than Renault for Indian conditions. Overall, the driving experience is nice. Cabin has plenty of storage spaces, that I would say. You have 2 cup holders where we have kept 2 tumblers with ease. You have a big under armrest storage where we have kept a 1 liter bottle, and it comes with cooling function. A big glove box, but I don't know why the placement of bottle holders in the door is very quirky, I would say, because you can't fit a 1 liter bottle straight in the bottle holder. You have to put it sideways, and if your bottle is leaking, there will be water everywhere. So that could have been better. That said, that's my experience from the co-driver perspective.
Now the sun is out as a typical summer month, and I was trying to use the sun visor. It is just too close to the driver's eyes or the driver's forehead. I think even Shipransh feels the same. It's just too close to our eyes right now for any comfort. So yeah, this could be an ergonomic issue. If you're wanting me using the sun visor during your evening and morning drive, the sun is in front of you, this can be a small hindrance.
So it's almost half an hour to 45 minutes that we are on the move, and I'm talking about the position of the seats. It's actually very nice and comfortable that I even took a nap of 10 minutes on the move, that I have to be woken up to talk about the seats. And other than that, talking about the body roll, imagine I was sleeping and they were taking sharp turns left and right, still I didn't feel that. So the body roll is very less over here. And other things we'll talk about by Pawan.
Okay, so on the go experience on Duster, so I was sitting very comfortably. The suspension was good, even though the car hit some bumps, some undulation was there in road, but I was very comfortable. There isn't any much pressure on my back. However, beside that, you do get these almost touch sensitive lights and a big rear glass. So you get a very good view, which is also the case with the previous Duster. So yeah, this is all about my experience as a rear passenger. Yeah, last but not the least, I forgot to mention that you don't get any sun blinds which rivals offer in the segment, just like Creta. So summers are it's June, and in summers temperature is almost 43 outside. However, if I have these sun blinds, so they can help to keep the cabin a little bit more cool.
So on the closing notes, is this a recommended family SUV? Well, almost there. I think the major issue has to be the AC, and the second issue will be that some of the rivals, not all, only 1 or 2 rivals possibly offer you slightly more space at the back and an easier way of sitting inside the car or getting out of the car. Otherwise, from a family needs, safety is sorted, the features is sorted, the interiors, they look nice and future ready, the build quality is nice, the Duster nameplate has been very strong in the Indian market. Yes, not the most efficient, yes, the popular diesel is not there, and yes, the all-wheel drive is not there, but as a fresh entrant into the busy market, busy as in over a dozen options in the market, as a fresh entrant, you can look at the Duster definitely. A few weeks back, Shipransh drove the 1.0.
Yes.
The economy run is live on the channel, and you also have the hybrid coming in very soon after a couple of months. So that would be something to look forward to. It's a 1.8 liter paid to a proper strong hybrid setup. But that said, this segment is really heating up. You do have a lot of options in ICE, in CNG and in EV. I think Duster is a strong case where you're going to buy the car from your heart, not the mind. And if you do that, you should be happy in my books. So there you go, a review of the Duster from 4 people point of view. By the way, I drove the manual version with the turbo engine a few months back in Dehradun. That review is live on the channel and the link is currently in the description section below. We also have a multiple people review of the Victorious Assorted Family SUV. You can watch that video as well. And one other rival in the segment, the new one, was the Volkswagen Taycan. We drove that from Katra to Srinagar. Even that video is live on 91 Wheels. I told you, this segment is very, very busy. By the way, it's summertime. We'll be heading to the Himalayas very soon with a special vehicle. What route, which vehicle and what experience? For that, stay tuned to 91 Wheels.